Hey guys, what is going on? Happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of the Fit Foodie Podcast. My name is Luis Medrano. I'm head coach at Vegan Body Goals, and this is another episode of Fit Foodie, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Today's episode is titled Calories or Macros. What should you track? And specifically, guys, what should you track to see success in your fitness journey? Happy Monday, guys. We're finishing up September and going into October tomorrow. I can't believe it's already October, coming from a viewpoint of a teacher who feels like I just started school not too long ago. We're already, almost 2 months in, right? We got the school rolling along, and great start, guys. Great start to the week. Hopefully, you guys had a great start to your week as well. Had a good day of teaching. My energy felt good. Although, you know what? I do feel a little bit of sometimes I tend to get a little distracted with things that I got going on and things that I'm doing and wanting to accomplish. And a little side note here from this episode is a big focus of mine lately has been intentional focus and intentional action. If I'm doing one thing, I'm just doing that one thing and not trying to do a bunch of things at once. Because then, at least personally for me, I get scattered and it's hard to me to really focus and do really well on that one thing that I'm doing. So every time I open my phone, if I'm going to check notifications, that's all I'm doing. If I'm going to write a post, that's all I'm doing. If I'm going to teach my fifth graders, then I'm focused 100% on my fifth graders. If I'm going to record a podcast episode and go live like I am now, then that's what I'm doing. And I'm putting all my focus and energy on that so I can do my best. And it's been a work in progress. I'm not going to say it's easy. I do catch myself sometimes falling off and slipping up, but it's a work in progress and we're all trying to get better every day, right? So hopefully you're finding things in your life that you're looking to improve as well. So guys, let's jump right into today's episode. The topic is calories or macros. What should you track and what should you track to see success on your weight loss journey? So guys, let's begin with a little bit of frustrations that people tend to develop or have and kind of mindsets that people have around tracking calories. And oftentimes what happens, because I know I've experienced this as well, is you think of tracking calories and it makes you think of having to track every single calorie that you eat and having to log it in a journal or put it into something that's going to just be mind-boggling and overwhelming, and it's a struggle and it's hard to do and to keep tracking, to keep going. And it you become overwhelmed. You become overwhelmed and you don't feel like doing it, and it's confusing, and it's really hard to reach your goals when you're feeling that way. I mean, honestly, who's going to want to be tracking every single calorie and writing everything down and be overwhelmed? Are you really going to enjoy that? A lot of times that people that go on diets and fitness journeys, it's a miserable experience. It's a crazy miserable experience. People fall off and it's just not fun. It's not fun. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you want to see success and if you want to experience weight loss that lasts and that's sustainable, forget tracking calories, guys. Forget tracking every single calorie and thinking that that's the only way to lose weight. Now, with that said, I am going to say that calories do matter, right? They do matter. They are important, and you must be in a calorie deficit in order to shed body fat. Because I mean, obviously, if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to shed body fat, not lean muscle at the same time. So calories do matter in that sense. Now, you want to maintain your weight, calories matter because you must be eating right about the same amount of food as calories as you're burning every day. You want to lose weight, you got to eat a little less than you consume, than you burn on a daily basis. If you want to gain weight or put on muscle, you got to eat a little more than you burn every day. So calories do matter, but we don't need to track those, guys. It's going to be confusing, and I'm going to lay out the foundation of what you should be doing instead and why you shouldn't be worrying about calories. So let's get into the other thing that we can track, right? And that's macros. Now, macros are your basic macronutrients. Everybody pretty much gets macronutrients every day from the foods that they eat. And some foods have higher concentrations of certain macronutrients. Now, macros are, or AKA macronutrients, are your protein, your carbs, and your fats. The three macronutrients where pretty much all of your calories come from every single day. Now, a little quick breakdown, guys, as far as how many calories each macronutrient contains and why you should be tracking macros instead of trying to track every calorie that you eat. So real quick breakdown, guys, protein and carbs both contain 4 calories per gram. You don't need to know this in order to be successful, but I'm just going to break down for you so that it's clear. And fat contains 9 calories per gram. So when I'm going to show you a little later and give you a little quick tips on how to easily track your macros so that you can see success on your fitness journey. But you don't need to track every gram, right? But when you see what I'm about to show you in a little bit on how to do it, you'll see that it's actually with technology nowadays and apps, it's automatically done for you. Just like how we can use a calculator to, do basic calculations. It's very easy. It's just a matter of literally pushing a couple buttons and it calculates everything for you. So you should be focusing on macronutrients. And here's the breakdown of why. And then I'm going to give you some action steps, guys, because I like my episodes and these lives to be all about action and things that you can take away and do to see success and to accomplish your goals and to see success on your weight loss journey, right? So as far as macros, the thing is, because each macro has a certain amount of calories, when you are eating and tracking your macros, the calories are taken care of. There, as long as you're hitting your macronutrient targets, meaning you're eating a certain amount of protein, you're eating a certain amount of fats, you're eating a certain amount of carbs every day for your body type and for your specific goal, then the calories are taken care of. You don't ever have to track calories ever again. And especially because when you think of if you're tracking calories and if all you focus on are calories, you might not be getting a balanced approach towards these macronutrients as far as getting the correct amount of protein, carbs, and fats that your body needs. You might, for example, eat a bunch of carbs, right? Bread, spaghetti, and pasta, and different types of carbs. I'm not saying that these foods are bad. You should have them, and they're part of any healthy diet. But if all your focus is on calories and you're getting a bulk of your calories from carbs and neglecting the protein and fats, then it's not a balanced approach and it's going to be a struggle and you might not see body composition changes, right? So you want to make sure that you have a certain target with macronutrients with protein, carbs, and fats. So forget the calories. When you track your macros, calories are automatically tracked and you're able to see success, whether you're trying to lose weight, maintain your weight, or put on muscle, put on weight, right? So that's the key. Forget about calories, focus on macros, your protein, carbs, and fats, and the calories are taken care of automatically, right? Easy, basic, and I'm going to show you in a little bit how to do it so easy so you really don't have to think about it and it becomes so easy that it basically becomes a lifestyle, right? And you're able to put on the weight, lose the weight, easily reach whatever fitness goal you have, and make it a sustainable lifestyle and not just like, a 12-week challenge or a weight loss challenge where you accomplish it and then you go back to old habits and old ways and gain all the weight back, right? So this is a way to build healthy habits that are sustainable and easy to maintain so that you can see success, right? So track your macros, right? That's the key. That's definitely more important. Now, guys, to do this, you just want to use, there's different apps out there. Honestly, the easiest one, in my opinion, is MyFitnessPal. It's free. Download it on your iPhone or your smartphone and start inputting your meals. Start getting familiar with. There is a learning curve. I'm not gonna lie, there is a learning curve, but just like with anything that's worth putting the effort, there's gonna be a learning curve. But guys, it's not that hard. It is not that hard. Once you understand how to input meals, you get a better idea of the composition, the macronutrient composition of certain meals. For example, you'll understand that, oh, tofu has protein and fat, very little carbs. Some carbs too, but protein and fat and carbs. Seitan has mostly protein with very little carbs and very little fat. Rice is mostly a carb source. Different fruits contain X amounts of carbs. So you start to learn these things so that it becomes easier when you're eating out and you're navigating social situations, and you can understand what an estimate of what macronutrients are contained in certain foods so that you're able to stick to your goals even when you're not inputting them in apps, right? So anyways, you want to use MyFitnessPal, input your meals in there. You start to get used to the amounts of macronutrients that foods contain, right? So depending on what you want to accomplish and what it is you're looking to do will determine obviously your targets, right? No, now I'm just going to use just a basic example. Let's pretend someone is, 180 pounds and they want to drop down to 160. They want to lose 20 pounds. Let's just say that's this example here, the situation. In that case, that person, because everybody's different, this is not a cookie cutter, do this and you'll lose weight, right? Everybody's different based on their body type. So that person that is 180 and wants to get down to 160 has a certain protein, carb, and fat targets in order to reach. And by hitting those targets and not perfectly, because again, it's not about hitting it exactly, because why do that to yourself? Just have a nice little range that you can work with that makes it easy for you and that makes it doable, makes it sustainable, right? So have a little window. I like to say, as a rule of thumb, get within 10 grams of protein, within 10 grams of carbs, and within 5 grams of fat, which means above or below 10 grams and 5 grams. So that going back to this example of this person, let's say they're 180 pounds and they want to get to 160. Let's start with protein as a simple example, right? So this person should be getting about 160 grams, so 1 gram per body weight per goal body weight, 1 gram of protein per goal body weight. So if their goal is 160, they should aim to get 160 grams of protein. But then if you're talking about your range, you're looking at anywhere from 150 to 170. So again, that leaves room for flexibility, right? So now when this person is planning meals, and I recommend if you're getting started, just start with protein. Get good at that. Get good at tracking your protein and then bring in the carbs and fats once you get used to it. And it's really easy once you get used to it, right? Start with the protein. Once this person decides what kind of foods contain proteins or higher concentration of protein, foods they enjoy, and they are able to build meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks around those meals, they just input it into MyFitnessPal, play around with the portions, and then he or she will be able to hit that protein target of 150 to 170, right? The goal is 160, but again, you have that 10 minus 10 plus 10 window, right? So once this person does that, they are now able to eat foods they enjoy and understand what foods contain the protein that he or she needs, and then eventually bring in the carbs and the fats. And it's a step-by-step system. So starting with protein, track your protein first, and depending on your weight goal, take your goal weight, multiply it by 1, easy, right? And that's the amount of protein grams you want to get. And by doing this first step, getting good at it, and then moving on to carbs and fats, ultimately your carbs and protein are going to be your primary calorie contributors, as well as fat, but you're not going to get that much fat as far as when it comes to your macros, the ratios, because they contain more calories, right? So you'll see that fat might be the lowest amount of macro that you get. But to keep things simple, step one, start with protein. So in this person's example, right, they will be aiming to get 150 to 170 grams of protein every day. And then by putting it in MyFitnessPal, the cool thing about MyFitnessPal is you don't have to input it every day. Once you have a meal plan set for the week, I like to do weekly meal plans. I've also done monthly meal plans where I eat the same thing for 30 days, and it just makes things so much easier. Lately, I've been doing weekly where I eat the same thing every week. And then on Saturday, I grocery shop and switch it up for the following week. That way I have a little more variety, but it's absolutely not necessary to reach your fitness goals. As long as you're eating foods that you enjoy and they are, and you're reaching your macronutrient targets, starting with protein, then carbs and fats, then you'll be fine. You're going to reach your weight loss goal, right? Little by little, week after week, you're going to start to see the weight drop, or if you're trying to maintain, you'll see the weight stay where it's at. If you're trying to put on weight, you'll see the weight go up, depending on what your goals are, right? Using a simple tracking tool, it becomes easy when you understand, forget about calories, track your macros, and the calories are automatically taken care of, guys. Things like tools like MyFitnessPal makes it so much easier for you. So let's put this into a little action step that you can use starting right now. Step one, this is your action. If you want to understand how to track your stop tracking calories and track your macros instead, get MyFitnessPal. I recommend you pay for the premium version. It's like, I don't know, 60, 70 bucks for the whole year, but whatever, you can do this with the free version too. And then start tracking your protein. Forget about trying to do everything at once because you'll be overwhelmed unless you have some experience on how to do this. track your protein. Let's say you're trying to lose 10 pounds, take your current weight, subtract it by 10, okay, whatever that is. And then that number represents the amount of protein you should be getting, right? And then start building meals. Start putting meals into your MyFitnessPal app and see what meals contain proteins, carbs, and fats, and then get used to that. Focus on hitting your protein target. And then once you have that done, your next step is to do the same thing with carbs and then fats. And eventually you'll understand how to easily build meals with foods that you enjoy to reach your fitness goal, your weight loss goal, right? Now, obviously, like I said, calories do matter. So you do want to have as far as if you're trying to lose weight, you're going to be in a little deficit, which means you'll be eating a little less than you burn every day. And there's calculators online, TDEE, total daily energy expenditure calculators that you can use that'll calculate a deficit for you. But I recommend you find your current weight and you find out how much you have to eat to maintain that weight, and then subtract by 300, 500, if you're more ambitious, maybe 700 calories, and then use an app like MyFitnessPal once you have your protein, carbs, and fats down and understand how to track them to figure out to get within that calorie range for a deficit to lose weight, right? Don't try to do everything at once if you're new, guys. Start with tracking your protein with an app like MyFitnessPal. Understand that once you do that and you bring in carbs and fats later, then it becomes so much easier to eat food that you enjoy and enjoy a weight loss journey, a fitness journey, a muscle gain journey as a plant-based foodie, as a plant-based foodie to enjoy and make it sustainable and get results that last forever, right? So I hope you found this valuable, guys. I know with the macronutrients and carbs and things can get a little like, ooh, I'm not that kind of, but the key idea here and the key concept is no need to track calories, track your macros, use a simple app like MyFitnessPal, and begin step one with your protein. Track your protein, hit those targets, and then bring in the other macronutrients. And then you'll easily be able to reach your fitness goal and make it enjoyable because we want to do it eating foods we enjoy and not restricting or feeling like you know, we're deprivating, in deprivation mode because that's not what it's about, right? So guys, I'm here to help you guys out though. So if any of this sounded a little confusing or overwhelming, reach out to me on Instagram. My handle is Luis_R Medrano. Reach out to me, send me a DM. I'll be happy to run you through a tutorial on how to use MyFitnessPal. Or is this something that if this is something that you're interested in, just shoot me a DM. I'll make a video about it and I'll show you how to use it so that you can begin doing it yourself, tracking it and seeing success in your fitness journey so that you can make those changes, make those moves, get those results that you want. So again, guys, if you want more help on this, just reach out to Instagram at Luis_R Medrano. I'm the vegan fitness coach, head coach at Vegan Body Goals. You'll see all my info there, and I'll be happy to help you guys out, guys. We can get on an easy video call, and I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. I'll help you understand how to do it so that you can see success starting now. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is another episode of the Fit Foodie Podcast, the place for plant-based foodies that want to lose weight, feel great, and elevate their lives. Guys, happy Monday. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. See you in the next episode. Peace and love.